Welcome back to 21 weeks success and happiness coaching. And you are going through a very exciting period right now, I know. Because now you know exactly what you want to achieve in your life, and you have really put some timelines for your achievements. And of course, you understood how exactly to practice those goals, or rather, how exactly to go about, what are the steps to be taken to move towards those goals. And one of the steps I wanted to be a bit more narrative, a bit more emphatic today. I'm sure that the last session also I just spoke about it, but in this part, I really wanted to be very much focused on that area. That is called imagination. Imagination is more powerful than willpower. I didn't say it, Albert Einstein said it. Imagination is the most powerful thing in this entire universe. Whatever you are seeing right now in front of you, all the buildings, all the businesses, all the kinds of technology advancements, what you are seeing right now, it has all come out of some person, some people's imagination. There is a difference between imagination and seeing things. Seeing things is something which is actually real. Your eyesight is for seeing things which are actually already existing. Your vision is for imagination. Seeing things which are not actually existing, but there is a possibility of those things to exist. When you are imagining, what you are doing is nothing but you are creating an image in your mind. You know what? Your mind, the most powerful thing in this universe, hope you agree, your mind, which is part of the universal mind. It's a bigger topic. I don't have much time to get into that topic. Just understand that your mind, if I ask you where is your mind, where does that mind, where can you locate your mind? Very difficult. Some people say my mind is here. Some people say, oh my God, my mind is paining. Nobody knows where exactly the mind is. I believe that mind is a non-local domain, and it's part of a universal mind. And the mind understands the language of images. Or rather, I would say the mind understands only the language of images. Suppose I want to have some water, and I'm in an Arabic country, and I'm asking a person out there, a local person out there, not educated, get me some water. Do you think that he will understand? I go to a place where people are talking, suppose Gujarati, and they don't know anything about English. I'm saying, get me some water. They are not going to understand it. Every place you go, in Tamil it's Tani, in Malayalam it is Vellam, in Hindi it's Pani. So every place you go, this has got a different name altogether. So the only thing by which I can communicate to anyone that I need some water, the best way could be, number one, either I show a picture of that, or maybe if I have a bottle of water, I can show that and say that I need one of this. People will understand. Anybody from anywhere in the world, the only language people, the entire world knows the only language which is image. That's why your mind also understands things only in image, not in any other language. That's why I always tell people that always be very careful when you pray. When you're praying to the God, that is a point of time you are actually totally focused. When you're totally focused, then you are thinking something. And whatever you are thinking out of those things, only those things which carry some image, that is getting registered. It is getting scanned and getting sent to that universal server, and which is going to get manifested in your life. So whatever you are talking now, right now at this point of time, whatever you are thinking right now, every single thing I can tell you, those things which are in the image format, which will get registered in your mind. That's why imagination. That means an image in movement. That is what is called imagination. And I can tell you this is the most powerful thing. And the process through which you can enhance your imagination is creative visualization. Thinking about the things which you want to achieve in your life. Why don't you start thinking about the things which you want to achieve in your life? You think about them right now at this point of time, asking, I've already achieved it. Because believe me, your brain doesn't differentiate between an incident in actual and an incident in imagination. Whether an incident has happened in actual or whether that incident has happened in imagination, brain store that data as a memory. When the brain stores the data as a memory, after that your behavioral pattern and your characters will have certain level of reflection from that memory. Now, if you start imagining yourself as a very successful, rich person, having a great, successful, happy life, and if you start keeping on doing it again and again and again and again, I can guarantee that your brain will start believing that you are a rich, you are a successful, you are a happy man. And you know what? Your physiology will change. You will have greater posture, greater self-confidence. Others will respect you. Even though at this point of time you may not be rich, you may not be successful, but at least if you have habituated that imagination pattern in your brain that you are rich, you are successful, you have achieved everything in your life, and if you keep on seeing that again and again and again and again in your mind, I can guarantee that within no time your brain will accept it as a reality. And when the brain accepts that as a reality, the brain will create physiological changes in your body, and also in a universal level, the mind will start attracting other forces, resources, faculties and talents which will take you to a place by far you haven't even dreamed in the wildest of the dreams. That's the power of imagination. That's the power of visualization. Now, today onwards, from this session onwards, what you're going to do is that whatever you want to achieve in your life, you're going to visualize those things as if you've already achieved it. This could be bigger thing, this could be greater, longer goals, what you want to achieve, but at the same time, I recommend that the same thing you can practice for short-term goals. Today, you are going to sign a contract, you are planning, or rather you are going to meet a client, and you are expecting a big business to happen with the client. When you are going to the client, when you are actually traveling, when you are driving, visualize as if that contract is already signed. When you are getting into his room, you visualize as if you are just shaking hand with him after signing the contract. Everything is created twice, once in your mind, second actual. What mind conceives and believes, man achieves. So be ready to conceive and believe what you want to achieve. God bless you.